as far back as you can think. And I think of my grandmother and the story she told of her mother. My grandmother I've never known her to work. She stayed at home and she raised a family, and my grandfather went out to do that. And later on in life, my mother would back my dad up when my dad was up, because my mom was up for a while. And when my dad was up, he was like, no, you sit and you went, because there was something to the saying that behind every successful man is a woman who made it all happen. Yeah. Right. And you see that in life. You see it when you speak about Will Smith and you read his book. Jada Pinkett Smith was doing well. She had a movie career of her own, but they made a conscious decision to say, we can't both do this and run a family. Yeah. And she said, I'll be the table that women speak of today when they say, I'm the table. Yeah. When they say, what do you bring into the relationship? And women say, I'm the table. She decided to do that in order to allow him to front the family and go work. Yeah. You read the Obama's book and you know what Michelle's done in sacrifice of herself in order for the man to go through. But they didn't just stay at home and raise kids. No, they read the scripts and changed the script and decided on the direction of what the man should do. It was an active involvement in building this man. Not this, what I hear now. No, I look good. I show up and I look good next to you. I make sure the house looks good. Because, truth be told, we've got helpers at that level that, take care of your home. Yeah. Some people could, prepare dishes. We've got people that prepare the kids. So when you say, I make him look good, what do you really mean? And then it got me thinking to say, when you read the stats of how many marriages don't happen or how many conversations derail when it gets to marriage, because it gets to a point where the man says, Ke kopa re sign ANC, and I keep buika ANC Ramaphosa. Ke work anti-nuptial contract. Yeah. Which is popularly known as a prenup. Yeah. Then women don't want to sign that because I bring nothing, as a matter of fact. Yeah. So if I'm signing this prenup, it means I walk away with nothing too, if anything were to happen here. Then we sit back and say, how? But you're the table. You can take the entire dining room. So I let to sign a prenup because of the situations you've put yourself in saying you are the table, but that table's brought nothing. Because I can tell you now, any man that is there watching you put in the hard work, and I'm not talking about looking good and walking next to me and thinking that that's what makes me look good. And you Instagram and you think that's what, when people say that word and then those sayings that they've caught on catchphrases in movies and in sayings that, oh no, are you asking me what I bring? I am the table. You're not, because being the table is a very, very delicate thing that needs somebody to physically put the work in. It's not just watching him and being there to watch the kids. No, it's sitting down and him trusting you enough to say, let's map out my career that will benefit the family. And that's why the LeBron James of this world don't sign prenups. They say, hey, let's eat together. I left you in high school. We were together in high school and I left you to not do anything because I knew that I needed you. We make decisions together. If I don't see you as an equal to be able to facilitate what I'm going through in life, if I can't sit down with you and say, hey, career choice here, what do we do? And I don't do that with you, then you're not the table.
Yeah, but then the problem with you,
you're the tablecloth. You just make the table look good.
The problem with you men is that you don't know, and you're very double-minded or double-sided when it comes to this thing. Because the truth of the matter is, you're busy saying, what are you? You're not the table. But you're the same one that goes for a woman who's uneducated, whose aspirations in life is just to take Instagram photos of the holidays that you guys take. Don't pretend like you're not the very same men that once you have reached that level of financial success, or what you deem to be financial success, that you don't go for the woman who you know very well, that if you were sick, if you were hospitalized, if you were amputated, if you had problems, will not be there for you. In fact, she's the first one out of the door. You know why? Because, and the thing is, you guys go after women like that. You know why? Because you want to tell your boys, do you know that one with the bum and the booty and the breast? I got her. That one with the Brazilian butt lift, I got her. You guys are the ones that put yourselves in precarious situations by the woman that you choose. Andile, you don't go back to the woman who said, actually, hang on a second, Andile, let me offer to maybe pay your fees because I know the type of financial situation that you're in. So let me pay your fees and help you out as my partner, and then we'll see where we end up with. What you do is that you become successful, or you reach for the success, and when you've reached what you have deemed the level of success, you want an Instagram model. The problem with you men is that you don't want a woman who says, I am the table. You guys want Instagram models. And when an Instagram model flips out on you and Instagrams and runs away at the very first sign of trouble, you're going to come now and blame us as women. Your choices are poor. If your choices were better as men, we wouldn't find ourselves in a situation where you're asking about the table. If you had to ask Faith personally, what do you bring to the table? Faith will tell you straight up, I bring a prenup. I can't be in a relationship with you. You know why? Because I've got assets. Not only do I have assets, I've got houses. I don't have a house. I've got plural. So my prenuptial, I'm not the one that says, I don't want to sign a prenup. I say, baby, please sign my prenup on the dotted line because I own assets. And ladies, hear me out. I know this might be controversial, but if you really are risking a lot, if you want to be in a relationship with a man and you don't have your own money, or you don't have your own means of making money, this thing of marriage of the stomach in 2025 must stop. Because what ends up happening is that he's got leverage over you, financial power over you. He's got leverage over you. You have to do what he says. So women who get into relationships broke needs to stop. It's last year's thing. It's 2021's thing. It's an indoor damas, which is an expired. It's an expired terminology, right? It needs to stop. If you don't have your own money, if you don't have your own mode of transport, if you don't have your own, at least show something that you're able to, or you're capable of making money for yourself. If you don't have this, don't get into a relationship with somebody who's going to hold it over you and have power and dominance over you. Similarly and equally, Andile, as soon as you become wealthy, stop this thing of going after Instagram models so that you can show your boys that you can get any woman that you want.
Listen.
Stop this thing, because
if I
that
bring
thing's...
an ANC to you,
yeah,
here's a prenup, and you look at it and you don't say, hey, what of mine is protected here because I also want to sign it. I don't want you.
I want to bring mine. Exactly. If we don't sit, right?
I don't want you.
If we don't sit where I've got my lawyers and you've got your lawyers, and we try to figure out what does our household look like because we've got assets, right? If I don't bring my lawyers and you don't bring my lawyers, you shouldn't be. Why are you in a relationship like this? And then you're going to say things like, oh, no, but the thing is that the problem is, Andile, also, you guys need to take accountability for it. Men, you need to take accountability for it. Because as soon as you've reached success at the age of 40, you're going to go after a 19-year-old. That 19-year-old does not have assets. She doesn't. That 20-year-old does not have assets. You know what she does have? She's got an iPhone probably that wants to take photographs. That's what she comes with.
We could go on, but we've got an hour long of this chat that is currently on social media. It's on YouTube under Metro FM. It's Andile and Faith. We're off air with the Metro FM, and we have these conversations and so much more.